After spending the last 3 nights in Vietnam's capital of Hanoi, it's time for me to make my way down to the south of the country, flying to Ho Chi Minh. I'll be flying with Vietnam Airlines today, which is a new airline for myself, so I'm looking forward to getting on board and checking out the airline and the service they have to offer. But I suppose not all things can go to plan.
And yeah, what a day. It's one of those things where I usually love flying, I love traveling, but I'm starting to notice when I'm flying when in Asia, I'm not really enjoying the experience as much.
We'll jump into the video today, where I'm still at the hotel in Hanoi before we make tracks to the airport.
Well, it's been a fantastic 3 nights here in Hanoi, but it is time to finally head back down to Saigon, and today we're traveling with Vietnam Airlines.
From my hotel, it's about a 45-minute drive to the airport today, and it should be a nice relaxing drive with some thumping Vietnamese club music.
Okay, so I've made it through. Bit of an effort to get through, as well. I originally checked in yesterday online, and then got myself a boarding pass, which came through as an e-ticket. But then in the bottom of that, it said that you need to print it out. So I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. So I went to one of the counters, and the girl sort of waved me over. Go over there, and then I tried the kiosk first actually, but that didn't work. But I managed to find someone in the queue for the sort of like check-in area, and she said it's all fine, so that's all good. But yeah, made it through security. It's super warm and humid inside this airport, and now we've just got about an hour to kill. Now, for those of you that don't know planes, I mean, the idea of this is I was hoping to go on the A350, which is a larger aircraft manufactured by Airbus, but it may be the 787, which is by Boeing. So if you have no interest in planes whatsoever, don't worry about it. Just a couple of different types of planes, but I'm hoping I'm on the A350.
As I soon found out, I'll be flying on their 787 Dreamliner today on flight VN211. Now, as of August 2023, Vietnam Airlines currently have 15 Dreamliners in their fleet, with another 3 on order.
Alright, we're on board now. Well, it's not the A350, but it is a 787. And thankfully I have inflight, well, very loud, but thankfully I have in-flight entertainment today, which is good. Seats are quite spacious and comfortable as well, which is good.
In the economy section, we have 211 seats laid out in a 333 configuration with 32 inches of pitch and 18 inches of width, which I must say feels quite comfortable and rather spacious for this 2-hour flight today. We also have in-flight entertainment in the seat backs, so I'll be sure to have the map going today so I'm updated on the journey down to Saigon. Now, I'm someone who enjoys getting on the plane to go somewhere, providing things have been smooth sailing to the point of boarding. But things I've been noticing while on this plane today just irritate me to the core. The lady in front is speaking in her loudest voice on the phone, the guy next to me is watching a TV show on his phone with no headphones, and another lady nearby is doing the same but with music. Now, I don't expect museum silence on a flight, but I do believe in respect and plane etiquette, which I know is rare, but I have 6 more weeks of this, so maybe it's something I'll have to get used to. But for now, since it's pushback, let's enjoy the takeoff on this 787 Dreamliner and start making our way down to Saigon. We're expecting a 1 hour and 50-minute flight down to Saigon today, which covers a 1,138 kilometre distance between the two cities. As this is my first time flying with Vietnam Airlines, today's flight will give me a good idea if I'd like to fly with them in the future. As of September, Vietnam Airlines will have 3 flights between Hanoi and Sydney each week, while there is a morning and afternoon flight between Sydney and Saigon every day. Now there's also flights over to Vietnam from Melbourne, but in recent news, Vietnam Airlines announced they'll commence a service between Saigon and Perth 3 times per week, to compete with Vietjet, who will begin a service to Saigon using an A321neo aircraft as of November the 21st. For the meal service on today's flight, we have the option between beef noodles or pork with steamed rice. Now I chose the pork option and overall it wasn't too bad, but put it this way, I wouldn't choose it again. Not long after, drinks were served, followed by an offering of milk tea, which I must admit, having a Chinese girl as my fiance, I've grown to love this drink. But since we have to pay for these, I'll let it slide today. For such a short flight, it's great having the in-flight entertainment, and I must say the recline in the chair is excellent. So if you have an international flight on the 787, you should be quite comfortable. Now although I didn't get on the A350 today, it was still nice trying out the Vietnam Airlines 787. Now in terms of price, I paid 172 Australian dollars, which I thought was reasonable considering I booked 1 month out. Now would I fly with them again? Yes, but on an international flight. Now before we land in Saigon today, any of you who may have seen my last few videos, you'll know I lost my AirPods while I was at the hotel here in Saigon before heading up to Hanoi. Well, good news is, they found them, and before I head over to the hotel in town, I'll drop by and I'll pick these up. Okay, well, I'm now at the hotel in Saigon, and yeah, what a day. Traveling here within Asia is very stressful, especially going to an airport. I feel like it's every man for themselves. No one really has that common courtesy or decency. It reminds me of when I lived in China for a bit, and you know, people would shove each other to try and get onto the subways. And so for instance, the lady in front of me, putting her seat down before we'd even taken off. I mean, to be honest, you're not even allowed to do that. So I quickly told cabin crew, like, hey. And then the guy next to me doesn't even have headphones, so he's just blaring his music out loud, and I'm just like, and then it's just other things as well. People putting their feet up, taking their shoes and socks off, probably not even wearing socks to be honest, and just putting their feet up on chairs in front. And people still taking phone calls when we're like doing pushback and taxi, which I don't think you're really allowed to be doing either. I'm not even sure, but very loud environment, and I don't know, I'm just used to a very different sort of experience when flying, because obviously I fly more often within Australia. I'm not too sure about other areas of the world like Europe, America, etc. But all in all, I'm happy I have flown with Vietnam Airlines. In itself, I think they are, you know, a great airline. I would fly with them again, yes, but more so in an international sense, maybe from Australia over here to Vietnam. But anyways, guys, I'll try not to rabbit on any longer. If you do enjoy my content and you've seen some of my previous travel videos as well, please hit that subscribe button. That'll really help me out. Hit the like button as well if you enjoyed the video. And yeah, hit me up in the comments. Let me know your thoughts traveling within Asia. I'd love to hear your experiences, your thoughts, how to deal with it a bit better. I think at the end of the day, that's all I have to do is change my mindset when it comes to it and understand that I'm in a different environment, a different place. People are going to have different ideas of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. So I think I'll be the one that has to change. But Until next week's video, guys, thank you very much for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch ya.